Constitutional republic, not a democracy. The ideal of a democracy is universal equality. The ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty. A democracy always degenerates into dictatorship, which promises government-guaranteed equality and security, but it delivers nothing but poverty and serfdom for the people it robs and rules. America was founded as a constitutional republic to safeguard the liberties of the people against the tyranny of democracy or of one-man dictatorship. In this century, great strides have been made toward the goal of subverting our republic into a democracy. The foremost tactic of the subverters is subversion of language. By calling America a democracy until people thoughtlessly accept and use the term, the totalitarians have obscured the real meaning of our principles of government.
We got to talk about CNN and their outrage over people calling them out and correcting them on this being a constitutional republic and not a democracy. Yeah, in 2024, we are having the argument that this is a constitutional republic and not a democracy. And it is coming from mainstream media. Don't believe me? Y'all know I always come with clips, baby. Come on now. I just don't be yip-yapping and jaw-jacking. Check it out for yourself.
President Biden is billing his re-election campaign as a fight to preserve democracy. Tonight, how that notion is going down with Trump supporters, as well as one noted author who's made describing how democracies fail her specialty. More from CNN's Donny O'Sullivan.
What happens if Trump loses?
I don't see him losing.
I don't think he lost the last election, to be honest.
Do you think he's going to win?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
No doubt.
What if he doesn't this time? What happens to the country?
We're in trouble. We're in big trouble.
We're done. Biden talks about democracy, saving democracy. They're the ones that are killing democracy.
Obviously, there's a lot of criticisms of Trump that he is bad for democracy, that he's bad for American democracy.
Okay, we are a republic.
We're a republic.
We are
We're
not a
representative
democracy.
republic. We're not a democracy.
One thing we've been hearing at Trump rallies like this over the past few months is that America isn't really a democracy.
America's not a democracy, it's a republic.
It's not a democracy. Okay, democracy is actually not as good as you think it is.
But for centuries, America has celebrated its democracy.
Democracy is worth dying for.
Democracy remains the definition of political legitimacy.
But some Republicans and pro-Trump media are pushing the idea that America is not a democracy.
The United States of America is not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic.
The United States of America is not a democracy. You don't want to be in a democracy.
We are not a democracy. We are a republic.
Is America a democracy?
America is a democracy. It was founded as a democracy.
I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories. I hear a lot of things out on the road. But to hear Americans, people who would describe themselves as patriots, say that America is not a democracy, that stopped me in my tracks.
A little old guy like me could prove that this isn't a democracy in two quick ways. One, let's recite the Pledge of Allegiance really quickly. All right, you ready? Let's go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. We'll stop there. And to the republic, not into the democracy for which it stands. It says into the republic. The same song that we have been reciting since we were kids. I don't know if they still do it now, but that a lot of us recited as kids. It tells you right there, into the republic for which it stands. So this whole talk of democracy, out the window. Number two, in a democracy, it is truly a straight up and down vote, majority wins, okay? And that's not the way our government works. Case in point, a president can win the popular vote, but still lose the election. In a straight democracy, if you won the popular vote, you win the election. In a constitutional republic, everybody has representation. California and New York don't get to cloud over the rest of the United States simply because of the population booms that are in those two states. Now, granted, that's been coming down because of the terrible policies, but generally speaking, those are heavily populated states. What about the less populated states? Those people don't matter? Well, in a true democracy, they wouldn't. Disprove. And listen, I'm no professional. There's a lot more to this that I'm not even aware of, right? But I just killed that whole argument in, 60-something seconds. Carry on, though. Carry on.
You are hearing people say America is not a democracy because there are people around Trump who want them to be saying that, who've been planting that narrative.
Is America a democracy?
Yes. No, I don't. I think
not
we're
right now,
a republic.
but we're a republic.
What's the difference?
I feel like democracy. Let me think this through. That it's government control. I don't see freedom in democracy. I see freedom in the republic.
Honestly, the word democracy and the word republic have often been used interchangeably. There isn't a meaningful difference between them.
So much of the warnings and criticism about Trump is that he is a threat to democracy, that he is anti-democratic.
Absolutely. If they can convince people that we don't have a democracy, then it's okay that Trump is attacking democracy because it doesn't really matter.
So why has democracy become a bad word?
Because it's being used in a way to change the flavor of our country, which is a republic.
These words were used in different ways in the 18th century, and it's true the founders didn't want direct democracy, by which they meant people gathering on the town square. They wanted representative democracy. But I think the reason why this conversation about language has risen now is because there is a part of the Republican Party that would like to rule as a minority. And they need an excuse for why that's okay. And so they have begun to say, we're not a democracy, we're a republic. And it's not 100% clear what that means, but I think they mean we want Donald Trump to be able to do whatever he wants.
These folks have absolutely lost their marbles, bro. We want Trump to do anything he wants. We want the little guys to rule. Well, in a republic, everybody has representation. In a democracy, everybody doesn't. And I gave the example earlier. States like New York, California can combine together, make a pact together, and just basically make all the laws for the rest of the country almost. You throw in there maybe Illinois, right? Yeah, it's over with. Just because of just the sheer number, the sheer population numbers. Because in a democracy, it's just a straight up and down vote. Yes or no. Majority wins. So the little guys wouldn't get any representation in that case. That's why you don't want a democracy.
Some people I've been speaking to at Trump events recently have been saying America is not a democracy, it's a republic.
We've always been in a democracy, first of all. I mean, we used to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. We used to have that too. Now they're picking on the Christians and the Jewish people. I mean, how much more can we take?
Are you concerned if Trump loses?
Yeah.
That there'll be another January 6th?
No, I think there will be a civil war. That's what I think will happen.
This whole democracy republic thing is fascinating. This is the first I've heard of that kind of new thing that they're now pushing. And it looks like folks on Fox are pushing it. Is there a reason the people you spoke with think the country isn't a democracy now?
Yeah, look, Anderson, some of those folks no doubt genuinely believe that and might have believed it for a long time. This isn't necessarily a new talking point. However, we have seen it just revive over the past few months. And really the reason we did this piece was over the past few months, just unprompted, as I was speaking to a lot of Trump supporters, they would bring this very specific line up. And look, this really, it's not a debate, right, about the former government here. It's not a debate about democracy. Really why this is happening, and you saw it there in that piece on Fox News and elsewhere on conservative and right-wing media, people are trying to convince Trump supporters, others, that America is not a democracy in the first place. And we actually saw, I happen to notice that this seemed to pick up a bit after President Biden's speech in Philadelphia, where he described Trump as a threat to democracy. This is how they seem to be trying to twist language to try and neutralize describing Trump as a threat to democracy, because if America's not a democracy in the first place, then there's nothing to worry about.
Trump derangement syndrome. Trump being a threat. Actually, Trump is not a threat. And I can prove that one too. Or a threat to democracy. It's actually Democrats. And here's how. If Democrats truly believed in democracy, well then a democracy, the people get to decide. The people choose who they want. Why are you not allowing the people to choose? Because in all the polls, in the aggregate, you know, if you collect the aggregate across all the polls, Trump is winning. So by that alone, in a democracy, Trump is fine. He's our president. So why won't you allow him? You know, it's a democracy, remember? The people decide. See, it's funny how they just pick and choose when they want to apply certain things. You know, it's funny how that works. You know, it's a democracy when they decide, but when they don't, when they don't want it to be a democracy, then, you know, it's not a democracy. You know, we got the law, right? The rule of law. Okay. Okay. Well, then why isn't Hillary Clinton in jail? Barack Obama, anybody? He did bomb an innocent American civilian. I'm just saying. Mike Pence, he took some documents. Is he even on trial? I don't think so. Joe Biden? No, not at all. And once again, I'd have no problem with them going after Trump for anything, right? I would have no issue with it if they went after everybody else. And they haven't. Some of the folks I just named are perfect examples. So, anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this one. These folks have lost their marbles, man. Share this one, please. I'm out.